Hello, I'm Carl McDaniel, co-author of your textbook in marketing research. I'm very fortunate to have Jerry Thomas with me today, who is the president and CEO of Decision Analyst, one of the world's premier marketing research firms. And I'm going to ask Jerry to talk a little bit about career opportunities in marketing research. Jerry?
I actually started my career in advertising and brand management, but I always had responsibility for marketing research, and I kept finding myself drawn to the marketing research because it was the most interesting part of my job. It was very intellectually stimulating, very intellectually challenging, and that really appealed to me. And again, you can pursue a career on the corporate side or the client side, and typically you're working in a large organization because they have the money to have a marketing research department. The advantages of that is that you get to see a research project from very beginning to end. You get to see how the results are applied to solve marketing problems, and you may even be able to see those solutions or answers derived from research roll out into the marketplace and see what happens. The downside of the client side is that it is a large company and it can be very bureaucratic, and some people find working in a large bureaucratic environment difficult and confining. The other side, the research agency or the research firm side of the industry, has a number of advantages. Typically you're working in smaller companies, so you don't have the bureaucracy. In either place you're working with very bright intellectual people, so that's a positive for a career in marketing research. But on the research agency side, you're actually getting your hands down into the nuts and bolts of the research. You're designing the questionnaire, you're defining the sample, you're working to set up the tab plan, and then you've got to dig through all of those results and make sense out of them and go back to your client. So you get exposed to all the little details from beginning to end of a project, even though you might not get to see exactly how it plays out in the ultimate marketplace.
Now, I know your firm has over 200 employees, and you're always looking for new people, good quality personnel. What do you look for in an individual that comes to Decision Analyst and says, I would like a career in market research?
The first thing that we're looking for is a burning interest in marketing research. We want somebody to be so interested in marketing research that they would do it even if they didn't get paid for it. Because success in a career means sticking with something for a very long period of time. And if you're really interested in your career, in what you're doing, then you're going to stick with it through thick and thin, and that's what's going to help make you successful in your career. So you got to stick with what you're doing. So we look for conviction and commitment to marketing research. We look for curiosity, intellectual curiosity. The more interested you are in a lot of different things, and the more interested you are in digging into the details of things, the more interested we are in hiring you. We look for intellectual capacity, we look for outstanding academic record, and we look for personality. Can you relate to people? Can you work with other people? Can you be unselfish? Leadership is about being unselfish. Does this person have capacity for leadership? Mm-hmm. So those are some of the main things that we look for, Carl.
What about major in school? Does that make a difference to you?
Well, in an ideal world, we would love for that individual to have a master's degree or a PhD in marketing research. But we've also found over the years that students with advanced degrees in economics, statistics, psychology, social psychology, sociology, anthropology, all of those disciplines bring a perspective and an understanding that can be valuable in the marketing research industry. So we're looking for people who have the intellectual capacity to achieve advanced degrees, but we're eclectic in in fact, we want diversity in that academic background so that they can cross-fertilize each other and stimulate ideas and stimulate creativity.
Do you see a big future in market research for a young person getting out of college today? Are there opportunities in the field, and are they growing?
The marketing research industry has grown continuously over the last 50 years, and in fact has been one of the more rapidly growing industries in the United States. And it's a segment of this bigger industry called business information services. And this whole business information services industry has been growing not only in the United States, it's somewhere between 6 and 8% a year for the last 30 years. It's also been growing internationally. So it's a great growth industry all over the world. And all other factors being equal, if you choose a career in an industry that's growing rapidly, you're going to experience more personal growth and have more income growth than if you go into an industry that's declining.